Hey y'all, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Thank you so much for giving me a small portion of your day. So today I wanted to share with y'all 10 bad habits that I need to work on or break. And I have already filmed this video, but I was looking at the footage and I was out of focus for literally the whole thing. So we're doing it again. Anyway, I do have a couple of disclaimers. First off, yes, there is a bunch of decor on my wall, divider wall between my stairs behind me. Liam was pulling all of that stuff off the shelf and all of that is breakable. So I need to put all of that away and baby-proof a little better. That's gonna come later today. I don't have my wedding ring. My engagement, one of the prongs on my engagement ring is messed up. So my wonderful mother is going to take it to the jeweler for me tomorrow or sometime this week, because the jeweler that I love and trust and have used for years is on her side of town. And it's obviously a trek, especially with Liam, to do that just for that errand. So she's going to take it for me because she's wonderful. And I'm hoping that they can just kind of like eke the prong back into place, but I'm not exactly holding my breath. So we'll see. I have no idea how long it'll be before I have my ring back, but I'm very sad. But I just wanted to explain why I have a silicone ring. I'm not pregnant. There's nothing like that going on right now. So anyway, and then also there's probably going to be a lot of repeated outfits in the next lot of videos. I don't know exactly how many it's going to be. I'm trying to do a lot of pre-filming because Ben is actually getting ready to be traveling a lot for work, and at least for part of that, Liam and I will be with him, and we're going to be traveling exceedingly safely. Like, you know, we're going to be practicing social distancing, wearing masks, all of that stuff. Ben and I are very, very, very careful, and where we're traveling, we're basically going to be in a hotel room and then doing things outdoors. So we're going to be exceedingly careful with how we do all of that. But as a result, obviously, I'm not going to be able to film very well in a hotel room. So I'm going to be doing a lot of pre-filming, and then actually this week, Ben has a ton of work calls, which also puts a damper on how much time I have to film. So like I said, there's probably going to be lots of outfit repeats in my next few videos. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, I wanted to share with y'all 10 things that, 10 habits, bad habits I would like to break or work on. And I need to take a drink of coffee, hang on. My first habit, bad habit that I need to work on / break, that I think is probably standard with every millennial at this point, is I need to break up with my phone. I'm on my phone so much, and I've already taken some steps to do this. Several months ago, I don't know exactly how long at this point, I deleted the Facebook app, which was an incredible move for my mental health. I'm so glad I did it. I haven't regretted it. And because I would get notifications and then I would check them. I wouldn't just like leave them off for the end of the day. I'd check them as soon as I got them. And then I would then, you know, inevitably scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll, waste a bunch of time and get a lot of stress and anxiety because of all the differing opinions about everything that's going on in the world. Whew, Abby, take a breath, slow down, girl. So I deleted that, but then I've also set a timer on my phone for Instagram, and Instagram has a feature where it says, oh, you've spent this long on Instagram today. But I put that on there and I would just be like, okay, and then just keep scrolling. So my phone, I believe Apple also has this function. I have a Samsung, but where you can literally say, I want to spend this much time on an app, and at the end of that time, it will literally lock you out for the day. And that has been so humbling, honestly, like how quickly. I originally had it set for 20 minutes. 20 minutes is not a long time, especially since I manage 2 Instagram accounts. I have my personal Instagram, and then I also have my Instagram that's associated with my YouTube, which shameless self-plug, I will put my handle on the screen. It's also always linked in the description below. If you're not following me already, I think it's a good time. I'm trying to be more active. But anyways, which is hard with it's a balance, right? But the 20 minutes was just not enough, so I have 30 minutes a day. And what I found is that I'm much more like intentional with my time when I only have 30 minutes on the app. But I'm also trying to be better about not having my phone with me everywhere I go, like in the house. Obviously, if I'm leaving my house, I need my phone. But especially if Ben is at home or just around the house, like he's not out hiking, because if he's out hiking, I also want to be able to quickly be in contact with him if he needs me. But, you know, if he's just at home working, I don't need my phone downstairs if I'm playing with Liam. So I'll like try and leave it up here or leave it in just another room, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to be a lot more cognizant about that so I can also be more present in the moment. Okay. Second bad habit I need to break is not drinking enough water. And I have no idea how I managed to do this while I was working, but I would drink almost a gallon of just water. I'm not talking coffee, LaCroix, juice, anything else, of water. Just plain water out of tap or the water filter at work a day. And since being home, I don't drink anywhere near enough. And I drink coffee and that's about it. And I only drink 2 cups of coffee a day. So that's not enough, like obviously at all. So I definitely need to be a lot better about drinking more water because it's better for your skin. You feel better, you have more energy, and it's also better for your kidneys. Like I'm very prone to UTIs and kidney infections. So I need to drink more water. All right, the third thing that I need to work on is eating late. So Ben is really into a lot of those kinds of like diet kinds of things where it's like, oh, like eating this and eating this way. But one of his things that he really likes to do is intermittent fasting, and he's seen good results from it. I have a really hard time following that just because I have an exceedingly high metabolism. I have to eat a ludicrous amount of calories in a day to maintain my body weight. I was accidentally starving myself when before I got pregnant, and that wasn't what caused my infertility, nothing like that. Like I was not anorexic. I did not have an eating disorder. And if you do have an eating disorder, please get help because that's really, really scary. And I can't even imagine what it's like to navigate that. But it was completely unintentional. It was happening because I was trying to eat less. And I was also working out a lot. I still work out a lot, but my doctor was like, you can't lose any more weight. You can't lose any more weight. So I've upped my calorie intake. That was before I got pregnant, so it's been a while. But then I was also nursing and I was hungry all the time. And so that restricted eating window doesn't work quite as well for me, but I still will find myself eating junk at like 10:30 at night. So at the very least, if I'm eating late, I need to be way more cognizant about what I'm eating, but it's also not unreasonable for me to quit eating at 8 p.m. and not eat until the next morning. Like that's not at all unreasonable. So I definitely need to work on that as well because I also know that I feel better the next morning if I don't eat late. Okay, the fourth bad habit that I need to break is not being on time. So this actually goes completely against my personality. I'm an exceedingly punctual person. My idea of being on time is being 15 minutes early to wherever I need to go. I don't like to be late. But for some reason, especially since having Liam, I am late to not so much like doctor's appointments and things like that, but like if we're going to a friend's house, which we haven't been doing a lot of, but you get the idea. Like when I was going to worship practice, those kinds of things, I was always late. And so I really need to work on being more punctual. And a lot of those things, it's not even that if I spent my time more effectively, I wouldn't be late. Okay, like if I did more prep beforehand, like even if I spent, instead of 15 minutes goofing off on my phone, if I spent those 15 minutes, packing the diaper bag and, getting stuff out to the car, I wouldn't be late. So definitely need to work on that as well. The fifth thing that I need to work on is apologizing all the time. So, and what I mean by this is I will frequently apologize for things that aren't my fault, and that's not acceptable. Like, I shouldn't apologize for things that aren't my fault, especially things that don't matter. And then the other thing is that if Ben and I are having a disagreement, I'll use it as a shutdown. Like if I don't want to talk about it, I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I'm like, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And that's not healthy. Obviously, that's not healthy for me personally. That's not healthy for our relationship as husband and wife. That's not productive. It doesn't allow us to make steps forward and like kind of, resolve the conflict, which actually in our premarital counseling, we were 18. If you guys don't know that, I will link our relationship story in a card for y'all. I think it's a lot of fun. But our pastor made us take a compatibility test before we got married when we were entering into counseling, so that way we could like be counseled on the areas where we had issues. And we were a vitalized couple, which is like the highest level in literally everything except conflict resolution. And we've been married for almost 8 years. 8 years? Yeah, we got married in 2012. It's 2020. Yeah, we've been married for almost 8 years, and that's still something we struggle with. But anyways, I use saying sorry as a shutdown technique, and so that's something that I really need to work on, and only apologize for things, A, when I actually mean it, instead of just throwing it out there, and B, not using it as a way to get out of a discussion that I don't want to have that might make me uncomfortable or frustrated or whatever, because it just inhibits progress down the road. The sixth bad habit that I need to break is mom guilt. And not mom guilt on other people. I have kind of like made it a goal, especially with just some of the things that like I've been told and whatever, to be exceedingly affirming in motherhood. We're all in this together. There's a couple of things where I'm like little judgy on, but I'm also like very quiet about it. I'm not like going on Facebook and Instagram and commenting on people's pictures if they're doing something I disagree with, for the most part. So anyway, But like, I experience a lot of mom guilt myself, and I put a lot of that on myself. I'm like, oh, well, I'm not doing that with Liam, or, oh, like, I never even thought about doing that way, or I didn't spend enough time with him today, those kinds of things. I put a lot of pressure on myself, which is detrimental to him as well, because then I feel like I'm not able to give him as much because I'm just like so burdened down with all of this guilt. So I need to let go of the mom guilt. And when I really, like, at my core, I know I'm a good mom, but it's like, it's really hard to feel that way about yourself, especially. The 7th bad habit that I need to break is not being consistent with my nighttime routine. So that's like taking off my makeup, actually brushing my teeth every night, which I know is kind of gross to admit, but it's still true. Using my apple cider vinegar, putting on moisturizer, putting on lip balm, all of those kinds of things, because like it kind of started when I got pregnant. I was literally doing all I could to survive. And so I would collapse from exhaustion. And so I wouldn't brush my teeth a lot at night because I was just so unbelievably tired. And I've noticed that because I haven't been going to bed at a consistent time, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit, I have been kind of doing the same thing. And so I need to actually like be a stickler, because I know for sure I have really horrible teeth. And if I don't take care of my teeth, I'm going to have to pay for that both physically and financially. So I don't want to do that. I've had plenty of dental work. I have 5 crowns currently. So anyway, I don't want to have to deal with that. So I definitely need to be a much more of a stickler about my nighttime routine. So with that also, I need to actually go to bed and get up at a consistent time. So I tend to stay up late. Liam goes to bed kind of late, and he also wakes up pretty early. And so he gets about 11 hours of sleep a night. He goes to bed at 8, and he'll usually wake up around 7, usually a little before 7. Also, I think he went back to sleep, which is good because he didn't nap enough. But anyway, because of that, I will stay up after he's gone to bed, because that's when I feel like I have my me time, right? When I can do things that I want to do, or edit videos, or catch up on housework that I haven't been able to do because I'm running after an almost 1-year-old all day, those kinds of things. But I also then don't get enough sleep. I'll go to bed super late or super early, depending on how you look at it. And I am just exhausted and drained, and I have so much less energy, obviously, the next day. And also because I get up when I hear Liam on the baby monitor. I don't get up at a consistent time. And I think if I went to bed and got up at a consistent time, I know myself, I know that works well for me because I've done it before. I worked full time for 3 years. So I didn't go to bed. I went to bed mostly around the same time every night, and I got up at the same time every morning. And so I need to be better about actually doing that, because I can be so much more productive in my day if I actually get a good amount of sleep and then use my time effectively. The 9th thing that eighth, 9th, I think this was my 9th thing, yeah, is reading my Bible every day. I used to be really consistent about this, and oh no, he's awake, I hear him. I used to be really consistent about it, and then for some reason I just kind of, I guess in the shuffle of motherhood and whatever, I've kind of fallen out of that. And I also know that I fill that space, that spiritual need, I try and fill it with other things, like mindlessly scrolling through my phone, and that's not healthy. What I find is that when I actually spend time reading my Bible every day, and actually in prayer every day, not just like, thank you, Lord, for this day, amen, like actually like praying, thanking God for things, bringing, stresses and prayer requests to him, like that, I crave that more. And I want to crave that more, instead of trying to fill that craving with what I'm actually craving, rather than just mindlessly scrolling through Pinterest and Instagram. And then the last bad habit that I need to break is not giving myself grace. I am a perfectionist. I'm a chronic overachiever. I hold myself to an exceedingly high standard, and I find that I crumble because emotionally, because I'm not doing it all. I'm like, I feel like I have to be the perfect mom and the perfect wife and the perfect housewife. Like, my house needs to always be clean, and I need to have cookies made all the time, which I don't really do that, but that's not the point. Like, I need to have a perfect spiritual life. I need to make sure that I work out and that I'm in good shape, because, and that is important to me just from a mental perspective, because when I work out, I feel better, but like just all of these things. And so I have a lot of trouble letting, especially like the home things, kind of slide. And so I really need to give myself grace, like on the days that I'm not feeling well, or the days that I'm just having a hard time. Like, I just need to give myself more grace, as do we all, I'm sure. So anyways, those are my 10 bad habits that I need to work on or break. And I know that I am in a really good place. I'm in a healthy, thriving marital relationship. I am in a, we are very stable financially because the Lord has blessed us immensely. I also have my faith and my personal relationship with Jesus. And if you want to know more about that, if you don't know, please, reach out to me. I would love to talk to you about that, because I am redeemed by grace. I am not perfect. Also, comment down below if there's a bad habit that you need to break and you'd like to be held accountable. I would love for y'all to, help keep me accountable with these things and call me out on it. If you see me, like not giving myself grace or whatever it might be, mom shaming someone, whatever. If you see that, please call me out on it. I'd really appreciate it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you aren't already, please subscribe to my channel. I upload lifestyle, mom content, cleaning motivation, that kind of thing, about twice a week. And I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.